Once Human just got its brand new battle pass revealed. With that also came a brand new official release for the Once Human patch, where I'll break down all the new details on the fixes. Additionally, we have some hidden mechanics you might not be aware about, which will definitely help your playthroughs, and a last final update with some of the community events. We got a ton to talk about. What's up world, it's Utopia back in the video. Today we're checking out all things Once Human. Okay, so jumping right into it, we're getting into the official news, the official release with the patch notes. So again, with 1.3 release, we did have some brand new patches. Well, they said in particular they have addressed a lot of feedback regarding animals. That's going to be the first thing they highlight in these separate sections here. These patch notes are pretty big, so I'm going to break them down overall. Or for the animal related fix section, they corrected RAM byproducts and animal growth issues, as well as the mislabeled capturability, so that should be adjusted there overall. Or next up, they fixed missing attributes as well as disappearing ewes, which is that cheap like animal. Now they do also have some planned fixes here. So in regards to water consumption, they are going to address the excessive use of that. There's some incorrect wool production that's happening, feeding issues with certain animal types and certain animals, and there's even the attribute loss in adult animals. That seems to be happening over time there. Again, they did fix some missing attributes, but those are still in the works, or those are listed under their urgent fixes here and urgent issues. Now they also have another key related fixes section here, where they do go over this major issue right now, which are the deviations that are unavailable. So currently the Pup Buddy, Upper World Spawn, and the Festering Gel are not obtainable in the Way of Winter, which they are going to be updating the seasonal description for that, which is quite insane, especially for the Upper World Spawn, which hasn't been available for multiple scenarios in a row. In fact, this seems like one of the, if not the rarest deviation currently, which does give that incredibly rare consume, especially since you cannot quote-unquote trade it, at least through vending machines or the trade section. You can only drop this consume to other players. I do believe I was able to prior. It is super rare and one of the consumes that I've had for quite some time now. In fact, on PvP 04, I actually never saw it used, at least during PvP fights, which did give upper edges sometimes. It definitely could be utilized during boss fights as well with PvE, although of course not as much needed, but it's been super useful to me, and I'm so glad that I got one before I transferred to the new scenarios, especially since it's been so much time for then. However, I do believe we're going to be going back into normal scenarios, or the ones that came with launch, so you will get that second chance if you are transferring to new scenarios. I do believe with Phase 5 Way of Winter, you'll be able to go back to a normal scenario from the beginning of the game, or from when the game first launched, as they aren't doing any new scenarios as of yet, or at least until next year. So I do think you'll have time to actually refarm up those normal deviations. Another major section here was that water pollution in zones currently have specific bugs and design issues that restrict water gathering. And as I went in my previous videos where I had that dev interview, there's going to be some future updates to clarify facility gathering option. If you haven't seen that video already, I go through a ton of the new future updates, what we're going to be seeing. I do highly recommend checking it out. I'll leave a link to it down below, or you can just go through my channel and look at that dev interview video. Jumping over, we did have some general fixes for this update, where they resolved some disappearing NPCs. There was also some secret servitor issues and even misplaced events that were in the Onyx Tundra area. They had multiple fixes here for the item usage in crates and lava downs in the Fire Throat Sanctum, as well as some missing collisions there, which I've noticed throughout the map quite frequently. They also updated the Chaosium Sprite area effect and corrected some elimination cause label there. Fertilizer crafting now allows a material selection, so some additional building stuff there, where they also did address some issues with the grow shroom drops, invisible markers there, and as well as some thermal tower tech inconsistencies. Last up here, they fixed quite a major bug here, which was the quest completions in the Way of Winter and item drops in some dungeons. So if you were holding off there on some of the dungeon farms, or if you had a quest completion error issue, you should now be able to complete the Way of Winter quest line. Now I did go over this in my last video where I discussed the new battle pass that they're calling Enchanted Sails. However, they have now released and showcased the brand new battle pass and what the new imagery is there, where in this official tweet they talk about the Enchanted Sails battle pass, and they ask which sea in Once Human would you conquer, the Vina Fjord, Bright Sea, or the Onyx Tundra. Of course, they want you to share your comments on that, so I'll link down below to the tweet. However, finally they do showcase off that official imagery here. So now you can check out what some of the new cosmetics are, or the main cosmetic bundle there is going to be for that battle pass. They've done a really good job with their battle passes so far, very high quality cosmetics, and I am liking these as well. Also liking that they're traversing through different themes there. Before we had the vampire section, Now we're having some pirate themed stuff. I think it's cool overall and definitely a lot of dynamics for Once Human. I know some people want some more grounded cosmetics, some more military-esque stuff. Hopefully they do get there eventually with some time. Although, of course, with the holiday season, with Thanksgiving, and with this pirate theme really does fit in with the Halloween season there. We're probably also going to get some Christmas cosmetics, but after that point, I do think that hopefully they'll have some more military-esque stuff for you guys. As I know, a lot of people didn't want the cyberpunk stuff, or they just want at least more grounded cosmetics there. That was some of the big discussion that I had in the dev interview. It does seem like after the holiday season, they're going to be delving into that much more. Speaking of Halloween here, we did have another community event update. Now it's just a little update video over on the Once Human official channel. Looks like they are getting the last of the bunch there, the last of the Halloween season stuff out here. And they have a little bit of trailer imagery there for their community events as we're wrapping those up now and a lot of the competitions are ending. They also had another video on their channel with the new Dungeons and Securement Shiloh showcased, which is just some mid-season and mid-scenario trailers to showcase off what you might be missing if you haven't played the Way of Winter as of yet. We do also have a lot of servers that are still just jumping into the Way of Winter. Some people are still on Phase 1 or just getting into Phase 1. So if you haven't seen already, I'll link down below to the full trailer where you can check out the new stuff and the new dungeons. That did come with 1.3 as well as the Way of Winter. That does cover for the official side of things. But with that, we have our community updates and community section to go over. Or first up here, we have something really cool from a fellow creator. They have a really cool idea here with a weekly newspaper. This is from the Once Human creator Brillet. I'll link down below to all their socials, including their Twitch stream and their YouTube channel, where they are very active, so if you want to check out their content, you can sure do so. And they have this really cool concept idea for Once Human, where they showcase off all of the stuff for the new week, where they are showcasing off their idea for a newspaper that would be in the Once Human theme. They have some really cool here, highlighting that the Chaos Weavers are everywhere, and the new Battle Pass theme. I think this idea is super cool for Once Human. I do hope they continue to pursue this. It's gotten quite a bit of love over on the subreddit, so I'll link down below to it, where you can also check it out. But yeah, all around just a really cool idea there, and so I do hope they continue to update this and pursue it in the future. Jumping over though, we had another post here talking about the blueprint conversions, where they mention here that you could be sitting on a 6-star weapon. They go over all the instructions on how to do this and all the labeling there. I might have a separate video on how to actually do this and essentially get yourself a 6-star weapon, as I do have a lot of star crom saved up, so I should be able to do so. Where I currently have a 3-star Jaws, where I might showcase to you guys how to get that 3-star weapon all the way to a 6-star. I'll link down below to this post so you can go through that in its entirety and just have a step-by-step instruction there, where in the next day or so I might do a visual-based guide on this, where you can actually see how it's all done. Still a really cool system here where they have the blueprint conversions going, and if you have the star crom saved for it, you should be able to do this. Overall though, that's about covered for today's video. If you like and subscribe, and until the next one, deuce.